All right, guys. Today, this is our first actual live typing session. So shout out to Jinx for letting us do her. Been looking forward to typing you for a long time. I think you've been in the group for over a year now, right? Over a year?
Yep. Yeah.
Probably close to 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I haven't been keeping track, but something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, so it's wonderful to get you in here. You know the usual. We won't go into anything that's like you're not comfortable with, but what you do say we will use to find your best fit type. How are you, Jinx? And how did you get into typology?
I'm doing good. And I got into typology just because I've always been interested in personality. When I was a kid, I invented my own personality type classifications for people that I knew in school. And then I revised my system over the years. And
Okay.
I majored in psychology when I went to college. I wanted
Hmm.
to be a psychologist.
Why did you want to be a psychologist?
Because the field of psychology was interesting to me, and I liked giving people advice.
Okay, so you like why you like giving people advice?
Um, I guess because I feel that I can help them solve their problems.
Okay, and do you find that to be easy, hard, like?
Easy for me.
Okay, okay. Jess said his Duolingo buddy. He called you his Duolingo buddy.
Oh,
What's up, Jess? Um, what do you think are your weaknesses?
cowardice, self consciousness, worrying a lot, being selfish.
Yeah,
What do you worry about a lot?
Um, Things that might go wrong. I'm always worried about the worst case scenario.
Hmm.
and you said that you're selfish. Why would you call yourself selfish?
Well, I think everybody is selfish. So I'm not really much different in that way, but I still consider it a flaw. Um, I think that so I don't believe in Jesus, but I think Jesus is a good role model to look up to. Somebody who was as close as it gets to selfless, and I am nowhere near that. Like I wouldn't die for people.
Well, why wouldn't you that? What, like, give me a for and against case for why you would do that.
Can you repeat that?
Can you give me a case like why you think that's strange that people would want to die for people, or is it just?
Well, I think it's very unusual that a person would want to die for anybody or for any cause. Um, so Jesus was unusual in that way, and I wouldn't do that because I value my life too much.
Okay. So where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Probably the same place I am at now. I've accomplished most of my goals in life, so I think I'll pretty much be in the same spot.
Okay. What were your goals, if you don't mind me asking?
Um, to complete my college education, um, to publish my books, which I've done and I'm continuing to do, to have children, which I've done, to own my house. I do that. I already did that.
Okay. What's the best piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
Um, that if you have something to say it and not hold back, because otherwise you'll regret it.
Okay. Do you think you've regretted anything?
Yeah. A lot of times in my life, I have not spoken up because I've been afraid or shy.
Hmm.
Zara T,
What
anything?
were you afraid of exactly when you didn't speak up?
What she doesn't.
Afraid of negative judgments from other people.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you know that something's true? Like what's your process, or how do you find out what the truth is? Yeah.
I research it myself and I think about it, and I come to my own conclusion about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, like, yeah, let's say you had like two different studies, like about something scientific, and that what they're saying is they're suggesting their conclusions are contrary to one another. So how would you go about figuring out which one is correct?
I would just think about each one, probably compare it to my own experience. Which one seems the most true to me?
Mm-hmm.
Most true to me. Okay, that's fine. Okay. What's something you would change about the world?
Well, I wrote a whole book about that. Um, I guess just I think I would, if I controlled the world, then I would allow for each country to choose its own kind of government. I would try to make it so that other countries don't war with each other. I would try to allow for a lot of individual freedom, low taxes, low government interference. But I would also want to protect the environment.
So you're more like a libertarian, essentially?
Yeah, except that I also believe in harsh penalties for criminals.
Okay. So some
And
state monopoly over crime?
can you say that again?
So some state monopoly over crime?
I would say that my ideal government would have not very many laws, but for the laws that there are, if people break those laws, then there would be harsh punishments for them. And just a minute, I need to get my baby.
Yeah.
The criminals are the people running shit. Those are the real criminals.
The smart criminals.
Yeah.
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 And Wahali, no, not ISFP. ISFPs are not. She's cerebral.
She's direct.
ISFPs are not cerebral.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
you're cerebral and you're calling yourself an ISFP, you're probably an INTJ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
These
systematic.
the cerebral
on-
abstract
no.
ISFPs. No, they're not ISFPs.
Drugs.
Not,
That's
you
drugs.
still need help, man. Hey, it's all right, man. Wahali, man, you're just a third rate typist, man. Third rate, you know. You're moving up you're moving up, but you're still third rate, man. It's all good.
So you have to start somewhere. You know, we were we used to we could have made that error a couple years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, some people are fifth rate.
Well, if that, some people not even on the totem pole.
yeah. But so Jinx, what is something that makes you happy? Like what makes you happy?
Solitude and freedom. The freedom to pursue whatever makes me happy, like writing, listening to music, being in nature.
Okay. What upsets you the most?
Usually it's other people.
Yeah.
When people are cruel to others, hypocrisy, conformity.
Okay. How do you go about learning something new?
Usually I read a book about it.
Okay.
Can you give an example of
Yeah.
a time where you've done that, like recently or whenever?
Yeah, like personality typology. I've read a bunch of books on it now.
Okay. What's your favorite book?
On personality typology. Um, I'm not sure. I'd have to give it a lot of thought because I've read a bunch,
Yeah.
but probably not one of the ones that you guys reference in the Discord server.
Really?
I think I liked Gretchen Rubin's The Four Tendencies.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's not. It's like she invented a type system, but it's not connected with Jung.
So, Oh well, I guess. I mean,
Gretchen, what?
Ruben?
Ruben. Yeah,
Okay.
Ruben.
I've never heard of that. But is there anything you would change about typology?
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm writing a book about it right now, but in a nutshell, it's getting rid of the cognitive function stacks
Why would you do that?
because I haven't seen any validity for it. It's very theoretical and not evidence based. I think that people's function stacks are going to vary at the individual level and not be all the same. Even if two people have the same personality type, they still might have a different cognitive function stack.
Well, I think that there is more to it than just a stack. Is what I would say. There's more to it than just a stack. But I think if you actually pay attention and you actually learn, you'll see the stack play out. I think a lot of people don't understand the difference in the placement and the degree of what they will see. I do think like if you see someone's hero function, it's usually out in abundance. It's very hard to get away from the hero function a lot of times because it's like the soul of the person.
Hmm.
While like the other functions assist the hero a lot of times, and the hero has its own effect on all of those functions as well. So like for instance, um, Thomas is a very TI critic prone INTJ, right? So he uses a lot of TI critic. While you will see some INTJs not use as much TI critic, right? That means Thomas usually will have paired together a strong TE parent, and he also have his TI critic there, and that's going to do most of the bulk of the work for him. But you also see people's attitudes change as well based on the functions that they use because it's like an archetypical energy. So it takes a lot of understanding to get to like the point that we are. But I do think it's the best way. But I do think that the child function is it throws a wrench in everything because some people can jump over the child function. I mean, jump over the parent function for the child function and that thing. So yeah, and I do also think like development. Some people develop their inferiors, some people run from their inferiors. So I mean, I see it from that perspective, but I do think it still lays out pretty similarly the framework.
Mm.
But you can push back on that, Jinx.
Yeah, I'll save my arguments for the book because I don't want to take up the whole call with just arguing about that.
I mean, it's it's,
Oh.
it's fun. I mean,
Well, if you're an ENTP, you probably would. You'd be
yeah,
talking for an hour.
That eliminated the NTP. That's
yeah,
ENTP off the board.
yeah,
well, she's too direct anyway. There was
Yeah, I
never a
know.
chance.
yeah. Jinx, do you want us to go ahead and just jump to your type here, or do you want us to keep going? It's up to you.
You can, if you think you know my type already, then go ahead. You can say it.
Okay, okay. Wait, add to the scene. No, not that one. We want this. All right, so we got INTJ.
Yeah.
I think direct is pretty obvious. You're
Hmm.
also systematic.
Intuitive.
Everything has a system. You're always planning out your system. You even talked about the system you created as a kid. You talk about validity a lot of times, and it's coming from a empirical information more than a logical coherence type of thing. So you're looking for empiricism to back up the claim or whatnot. So I would say that's TE. You're also direct. So TEFI direct. Responding is pretty obvious here, and abstract. So we have you as INTJ. I think you're at
Yeah.
5. I think you're 5. Um, Probably a 5 wing 4.
Yeah.
Probably SPSX. Is what I
SO blind.
Yeah, SO blind is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what I would
probably.
have you as. Yeah, so that's what we see. What did you type yourself as?
I wasn't sure between INTJ and INFJ, and then I was also considering INFP just because I think my highest cognitive function is introverted feeling. But I'm high in conscientiousness, so that's why I don't think I'm INFP. But again, it depends on what you're using to type. if you're going by the functions, then I guess I'm INFP. But if you're going by the letters, then I'm a J type.
So we use the eight function model. The eight function model and INTJs. You also got to remember your woman to be first. Like let's be honest, women are gonna have a little bit more amplified feeling functions. It's just how it is. So
Hmm.
you might think that you're using a lot of FI, but you're really using a lot of TE. But I mean, you still have like some type of resonance to what you want to do, but it's all cloaked over TE as well. So,
Well,
when you,
it's talking about like her goals and
Mhm.
her own future. Like there was quite a bit of that in there as well.
Yeah,
Um, Not so much focused on other people's futures,
hmm
or the options, the possibilities. More focused on your own vision and what you want in life.
yeah, and then you had a little problem with like the INFJ mentality to sacrifice themselves for others. That's an INFJ mentality. They like to be the martyr for people. They do. I mean, it is
That
what it
Yeah.
is, man. That's one of the things like they want to step up and do. That's you see it in Jesus, you see it in other INFJs as well. But generally speaking,
Hmm.
what else did so you had INFP, INTJ, and INFJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Is there
yeah,
any
yeah.
question?
I think INFJ was off the board pretty quick because you were talking about systems, talking about creating your own systems. They're
Yeah.
probably like the most anti-system type there is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
I have a question for you guys.
Yes,
What type is Carl Jung?
INTP.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Because
mean,
I've heard some
pretty much
people say that he's INFJ, and
no,
No.
no.
okay.
Typology is dominated by INTPs creating systems, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
For the
They
most part, it's INTPs.
yeah. Linda
You have some
Barron,
INTJs, but yeah.
David Kersey, Carl Jung. They're very good at creating an abstract model based
Applying it
on
as another.
yes, applying is another thing, but they're very good at creating an abstract model and like providing it to the world.
Hmm.
That's what
Yeah.
they really do pretty well. Like whether it be Einstein, whether it be Carl Jung, whether it be David Kersey, whether it be Linda Barron, and they put it all together, with their own definitions. Which I kind of get annoyed with their definitions because their definitions are not the same as like the dictionary definitions. So it's like it's annoying to deal with sometimes. It's their own definition of the word. Like if you were to use pragmatic, right, from Linda Barron's sense versus like the dictionary word pragmatic, they're not the same. Um, so,
Mm.
so you gotta like that's the most annoying thing about INTPs. They have their own fucking definition of something. But I do think they create models and they hand it off. Just like the interaction styles was created by an INTP, David Kersey, and then Linda Barnes worked on that more and added more vectors to that. And yeah, I think what we do is we bring empiricism to type.
The
While
temperaments were by
it,
the original temperaments were by Plato. He just kind of
yeah,
took a bit off of that. So
yeah,
just
yeah.
throwing that out there.
Yeah, Plato. I mean, you could even it may even go farther back than Plato.
Yeah, yeah, it probably does.
Probably, yeah.
Um,
Realistically.
yeah, but people have always been trying to classify people. So,
Yeah, exactly.
but I think coming up with these definitions and stuff like how he you know watched people and was like, okay, this is introverted thinking, this is extroverted intuition, that type of thing. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. I think there's a difference between him and somebody said, I'd argue INFJs are not necessarily anti-systems. They invent their own systems all the time by breaking down concepts. It's just that they struggle with consistency and reinvent the wheel a lot. What I would say about INFJs is they are anti-systematic because they're very big on particularism. Like they want you
Hmm.
to look at everything from a particular point of view for every person to not like a systematic person wants to just say fuck the exceptions and build a system, while the INFJs want you to look at everything case by case in a very particular way, looking at every person differently. It's very obnoxious. Like reproducibility, INFJs hate that.
Well,
Like if you like,
that's TE though as well. And they have TE
yeah.
trickster.
Yeah.
So
When you
um,
say reproduce,
Well,
I'll just respond to a comment. But yeah, Jinx, anything else? Jinx, you there? You're muted.
Jinxie.
Sorry, I just muted it because my baby was making noises.
Oh, you're good.
Um, I would say on Enneagram, I think I'm 4 wing 5. Um,
I don't
on
think
the
so.
Myers Briggs one, I'm fine with INTJ because I wasn't sure what I was.
Yeah.
4 wing 5, I don't see. I think you're a competence oriented and you're withdrawn. So if you're competence, then you have to be 1, 3, or 5, and then you're withdrawn to 5. If you're following it. The
But
withdrawn types are 4, 5, and 9, but they all have like different elements. Like
Yeah.
a 9 is kind of like positive reframement, so they can kind of flip something to like a positive. Like they'll be like, oh, it's raining today, but I got a car wash. Like it's a free car wash. Like they'll reframe it in a positive way. The 5s really look at competence. Like they want to make sure like everything they do is all focused around competence. While the 4s are a little bit more. They say like I guess it's like they get angry, like they exploit their emotions and whatnot. So like if you say something, then they may have like a negative response to it. A lot of times, and you'll really see it like if you get in an argument with somebody, if they have like a negative response, which is like the 4s, the 6s, and the 8s. Like if they're like trying to like break down the solution, like okay, what's going on here? Like trying to like work like break down the mapping or something. That means they're most likely a competence type. If they're like getting mad and frustrated and like having like a reaction to it, then they're most likely like a reactive type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some Enneagram stuff yesterday, just trying to kind of look deeper into my own. And I would say I'm SPSX with SO blind, and
Yeah.
I think Enneagram 5s with the SO blind, I think sometimes they can confuse that with being a 4, because
Hmm.
the SO blind, they're very much about their own autonomy and their own identity, and not they're blind to the group. They don't want to be part of the group. They don't want the group infringing on their identity and their autonomy and so on and so forth. So I think sometimes, and plus being a woman and having like probably your more active use of your I think they can kind of confuse that for being a 4, because
Hmm.
4s
Yeah.
very much they value their own identity and authenticity, from what I remember.
Hmm.
But a five, if you're 5 wing 4 and you have like that the SO blind, I think it might seem like you have the flavor of a 4, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's primary for you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't you wing 6, Thomas?
I don't know if I'm wing 4 or 6, but I'm definitely SO blind. Like yeah, that's
Yeah.
when it comes to groups, and I don't want to be part of like a larger group. Yeah,
No, me neither.
in
I
any
hate
in
it.
any way, shape, or form, political
No.
parties and any kind of affiliation like that, I'm just not interested.
No, I'm not.
And I think people like that are fucking whack jobs.
Idiots.
People with their group identities. I've
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
always I've actively avoided it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty retarded.
Yeah, I'm a 3SO, so like I'm very big on group dynamics. Like I look at
Hmm.
like how
But
the
it's yeah,
group
I
is
mean, there's a
functioning.
lot of drawbacks from being SO blind though. So it's yeah, and there's being SO lead is probably, in terms of being successful and in society and whatnot, it's probably usually better. I mean,
Yeah,
for a lot of people.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got. I mean, everything's got its ups and downs, man. You can't really like
Yeah.
say like one is better than the other. I mean, but I do think like the sexual types, the ones that got like SP blind, that's like crazy to me. Like
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
just don't understand that. I mean, if you're gonna be SP blind, that means like you don't give a shit about self preservation at all. Like that means your resources, your money,
That's
just anything. I
that's
don't know how you
that's
live.
clavicular to a
I don't
T.
I don't know how you live.
Clavicular.
Yeah, he's SP blind.
I
He
just
has no
don't
self-preservation. He does not care.
like
Yeah, it's pretty
it's
bad.
mm,
I think he's SXSO.
yeah. SSS, bro.
It's bad.
SX. You put
Yeah.
he had no self preservation, dude. He was like
None. It was
and he was an INTJ too. So,
yeah.
but he's a
Yeah.
3. I think he's a 3.
Yeah.
Um, but it is what
Yeah,
it
he
is.
wasn't the most intellectual
I
type.
think he is actually way more
But he's
intellectual than
smart.
you think.
He's smart.
I think he's
He's a,
I think he's smart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I said intellectual. Like he's
Yeah.
smart, but I wouldn't call him intellectual. There's a difference.
True.
Jinx, anything else?
Sorry, what?
You got any other questions?
Say it again.
You got any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, it was fun. I'm glad we finally got you typed. I know you've been, trying to figure it out for a while now. Look forward to reading your book. I'll check it out. If you ever, finish it, I'll check it out for sure. If you ever got any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, it was fun. Guys, we got Jinx as an INTJ. We'll see you guys around, man.